오늘 밤엔 널 안고 싶은 날 오늘 밤 난 baby 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 보고 싶어.
안녕하세요. Ciao 지냈어? Hey guys, I'm Oni and Peter filming behind camera. Together we are two hungry diners. Today I'm super excited because this is our last episode of our South Korean food series, and today we have a sweet video for you guys because today we are making the Korean sweet purple potato mochi bread, which is currently I think it's going viral again during the lockdown here in Melbourne. And I know this is not a new recipe, this is quite old, and this is very popular Korean street food or bakery items in South Korea. Yes, I'm so excited. Let's go make our Korean sweet potato mochi bread. First thing first, let's prepare 400 grams of sweet potato. I'm using the Japanese purple sweet potato, which looks exactly like the bread we are going to make. We are going to bake it for half an hour at 180 degrees Celsius or 350 Fahrenheit. To make the mochi bread, let's prepare the following dry ingredients first. 140 grams of tapioca flour, 20 grams of sugar, 20 grams of glutinous rice flour, and a pinch of salt. For the wet ingredients, we have 30 grams of egg, 1 tablespoon of cooking oil, 1 tablespoon of glucose syrup, 60 grams of warm milk. We also need to prepare 35 grams of unsalted butter, around 20 grams of bread flour. Okay, let's combine all the dry ingredients first into a big mixing bowl. Let's start adding the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients, starting with the egg and the cooking oil, the glucose syrup. If you don't have this, you can substitute with corn syrup, and the warm milk. Slowly combine these wet ingredients and the dry ingredients with your hands until everything is fully incorporated and form a biscuit-like dough. Let's add the butter into the dough and work the dough until it's fully incorporated with the butter. At this point, the dough will become softer and slightly wet, and it will stick to your fingers. Add the bread flour in slowly and don't use it all in one go. Instead, take a third or half of the portion first and try to add a bit more from there until you reach the consistency where you can shape the dough and there is no dough left sticking on your fingers. The dough reminds me so much of the soft and buttery biscuit consistency. Alright, let's wrap the dough with a plastic wrap and chill it in the fridge for at least 30 minutes. Meanwhile, our timer is up for the purple sweet potato and it's more than 30 minutes now in the oven. You can also check by inserting your fork to the sweet potato to make sure the inside is fully cooked. It is now time to prepare the filling for the bread, and for that you need 350 grams of sweet potato, 10 grams of unsalted butter, 1 tablespoon of honey, 1 teaspoon of milk. Let's peel off the skin and take the flesh out into a mixing bowl and beat it with potato masher. Once done, I am now adding the butter into the mashed sweet potato. Add the milk in, combine until it is fully incorporated. You can add honey if you like, if you think your sweet potato needs more sweetness. Otherwise, feel free to skip it. Make the sweet potato filling and shape it into a ball, approximately 50 to 55 grams. And I realized that I put too much milk. Instead of a teaspoon, I added 1 tablespoon. No wonder it feels quite wet. But as long as I can shape into a ball, I think it's still okay, right? Take out the bread dough out of the fridge and cut it into 6 equal portions, around 50 grams each. It's time to roll the bread dough into a round shape. But first, I dust some bread flour on my baking mat so it doesn't stick when I roll it. Place a ball of the dough on the mat and flatten using the rolling dough. Place the sweet potato filling on the flattened bread dough in the center. I shape it to look like a sweet potato already. Carefully wrap it with the bread dough like you wrap a dumpling and seal the ends together. Shape it to look like a sweet potato. I'm having so much fun doing this. It's kind of similar to rolling the Play-Doh. Sprinkle some purple sweet potato powder on the mat and cover the dough with powder. Make sure to cover all the surface. Lay them on the baking mat. Now onto the fun part, using the toothpick. Poke the dough to recreate the exterior of the real sweet potato. Let's bake it for 16 to 17 minutes at 160 degrees Celsius or 320 degrees Fahrenheit. And voila! Our first ever sweet purple potato bread is done. What do you guys think? Do you think it looks like a fake or a real one? Let us know in the comment below.
너에게 난 baby 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 사랑하는 말 우리 둘이 함께하는 말 멜로 영화 같은 꿈을 꾸지만
Alright guys, so here we are, our purple sweet potato bread over here. Just want to comment that this is my first time making it, and I have to admit that this is quite difficult. It's very technical and I kind of mess a little bit some of the technical aspects. Anyway, this is a good experience. Now I'm gonna invite Peter.
Shall we?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the small one.
Okay. First impression turns out pretty good, like quite beautiful. And what I noticed is quite fragile. Especially if you can't see maybe in the camera, the bottom layer, like the bottom layer of the bread is already
Fallen apart.
Yeah, fallen apart, broken apart. So anyway, yes, cheers. Nice. The thing I'm a bit disappointed is the color of the sweet potato mix, the filling. Because what I use here is the Japanese purple sweet potato, which I don't know, like this batch is quite green,
Yep.
grayish, so it's not really appetizing. So, well, maybe I'm getting just pretty bad potato in this case.
It's quite nice actually.
But the taste is good. I like it.
I probably would like it a bit more in the oven to make it a bit more crispy on the outside.
But this is mochi bread. It's supposed to be chewy.
Yeah, we can make it crispy. I think it'll be more nicer.
Yeah, you can always like put it back in the oven for a few more minutes, make it crispier. Anyway guys, that concludes our South Korean food series. Let us know which episode you like the most and whether you like us to continue our food tour around the world from home.
Yes, as you guys know, we are still in Victoria and we are still in lockdown. I think it's been like many months. I mean, you can go out and stuff, but you're still like restricted to 5 kilometers from. Yeah, if you like this video guys, don't forget to give a thumbs up.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to help our channel to grow. Until then,
Stay foolish,
stay hungry.
Bye.
Bye.
감사합니다.
고백할게